It's one of the best times of the year to explore Wisconsin, but you better get out there fast. It's not going to last long. Hello again and welcome back to another episode of Wisconsin's Outdoor Explorer podcast. I am your host, Jason, and like the fall season, this is going to be a little bit shorter podcast because I wanted to talk a little bit about how fast fall is going by. If you've been paying attention to the news, winter is making its appearance kind of early, in my opinion. If you've noticed over in North Dakota, they've had record snowfall over there. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that the fall color season is going to be really short this year, which means you've got to get out there and check them out as soon as you can. Now, I checked the fall color report this week from Travel Wisconsin. Again, I'm not affiliated with Travel Wisconsin. They just have a really good fall color report. You should check it out. In fact, I'll put a link to it in the show notes. Looking at that, most northern counties are at 100% peak, or honestly, they're almost past peak. The way I think about past peak is you get those vibrant colors of fall. Those to me are the peak colors. When those vibrant colors start going away, we're past peak and we're at the downswing of the fall colors. And in fact, most of the colors around central Wisconsin are getting to be past peak, in my opinion. About last week, a little bit, maybe a week and a half ago, the colors around here were just spectacular, and within a few days, they went past that, and now you're starting to get those burnt oranges, those dull red colors, and the leaves are starting to come off the trees. Honestly, I'm going to say probably more than half the state is already past peak, which means a lot of the southern states are just starting to come into peak, which is important then. That means it's time to get out there and check out those colors while you still can, because it's a short window, and I've always said that. This time of year is a short window, so you got to get out there and make the most of these opportunities. Whether you're going out hiking or just going for a drive, get out there and see these colors because they're brilliant. I mean, really, this is Wisconsin at its best, in my opinion. It's full of color, and it's just the perfect time of year, and you got to get out there and experience that. That's why on this week's podcast, I'm going to refer you back to one of my first podcasts. Podcast episode number 3 was 5 ways to see the fall colors. And I'm going to put links to that show in this show so that you can go back and listen to that one. It's a short podcast too, like 15 minutes long. But it's going to give you some ideas on things you can do to get out there and see the fall colors. Now, this is one of my earlier podcasts, so the audio quality is still a little rough, but it's still a good podcast, and I think it has a lot of value today. So instead of me rehashing those ideas, I just want to revert you back to this show, take a listen to it, and really get out there and see these colors, because they're not going to last long. Pretty soon they're all going to be on the ground, and they're going to be covered, and we know what they're going to be covered with. Make the most out of these next probably week and a half to get out there and see these colors. As the cold weather comes in, peak goes by a lot quicker. So you got to get out there and check them out. I'm going to link to that show. I'm going to have another link to the Travel Wisconsin fall report, so you can check that out and make sure that you're keeping yourself up to date on all the fall colors in Wisconsin. But I want you to get out there the next week and a half and really make the most of being one of Wisconsin's outdoor explorers as you check out what is left of the fall color season. Thanks again for joining me. I'm your host, Jason, and I will talk to you again next week. Thanks for listening to the Wisconsin's Outdoor Explorer podcast. For more great information about being an outdoor explorer, visit our website at wisconsinsoutdoorexplorer.com. Be sure to check out the blog page and follow us on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.